Share my screen. Share my screen. Share my screen. Hold on, yo. So, where's that drawing at? I want the one with Charlemagne. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna share it again. We're gonna just watch a little bit of it, okay? So this is after Charlemagne is asking Big Sean why he hasn't married Jhene Aiko.
Parents, romantic love. We've had our ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? And I think you know what I mean. That's a little personal. I think that no.
Stopping y'all from getting married? Like, y'all already did one of those secret industry weddings.
No. There has not been a secret industry marriage. I think that it's a little personal, you know what I mean? But just like, to be real with you, just like any people who have dealt with love, we've had our ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's still finding the right navigation through it all. I don't know if to me, marriage symbolizes like the best relationship. You know, people be like, oh, you got to get married. To me, I feel like having a relationship is first and foremost, and like marriage is a byproduct of that. And I feel like a lot of people get the idea of like, oh, you have to get married. But then it's like, to me, that's almost a fear-based way of thinking too. But
see, and that right there, right? So you see how this is what a lot of guys who are creative in any kind of way, and I'm always talking to you about creatives because I'm a creative, right? And a lot of us have ambitions and things that we might want to create or projects or whatever it is, right? But we have a hard time taking things from the abstract into the real world. So someone like Big Sean, who's a creative and everything, and also who grew up in the industry, so I'm not really sure what other training he's had, all right? Because again, like, you form your ideas about the world based on your experiences, your training, who are your mentors, right? So what creative niggas will do is that they'll get to a really good point, and then they'll take it to a different direction. So the point that he got to, which was profound, was that basically what he was saying was that, you know, we have this idea that everyone needs to get married. Well, I think he was saying that marriage may not be the best thing for your situation with someone else. And he's talking about Jhene, right? And what he's saying that because girls like her, right? And obviously she's a creative too. She's a creative, and you know, they probably got the weed love thing going on. What that means is, what that looks like for the man is mood swings, basically like very inappropriate responses to simple things. All right, lack of cooperation. Also, she may be a person that that kind of shifts away from you for a while. All people with mental health issues have like no problem taking time away from you unexpectedly. You don't know what's about to happen, and that stuff. But they go into recluse, a very aggressive recluse, right? It's not a responsible type of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're with you one day and you won't hear from them for months. And what's funny is that we're letting these kind of people actually influence the world. Like look how much you see people talk about self-care and self-love and boundaries and all that type of shit. And all it basically is you now have the language to basically justify your terrible behavior. It's actually a video I saved I want to play for y'all. Hold on.
A lot of abusers, manipulators, and gas.
And I was really cooking, and no one ever heard that drone. But now what I was saying was like that what's made relationships very, very tough is the average person, which it's a good thing and a bad thing that mental health became like more of a subject and we learn more. And whether we like it or not, me reading a post on Instagram that defines a very broad concept or something that might be very, very layered just bringing me to the front door, just giving me an idea about something that I didn't know about before, is still making the other person more intelligent, and now you know more. But what has gone on is that more than ever, you have people who are terrible people. They're now, like this young lady is going to say, they now have the language to explain themselves in a way where they're pretty much explaining their bad behavior, but they're not actually doing anything about it. They're not actually trying to make a change. They're not actually, there's actually no end game. It's more like just existing. Because again, women are human beings. A woman could just be, all right. Whereas men are, and again, I think it's really interesting when people say men are human doings, all right. Like, because again, like a man is more concerned with the end of things, the climax things. No pun intended, But anywho, and the reason why I think it connects to Big Sean and Jhene Aiko's situations, because I realized, like, you know what, Jhene Aiko was the champion of toxic femininity before we was even using that word. Because for the most part, again, if you've been around a girl that's toxic, you know when you see her, you already know. You already know. Okay? Don't act like you don't know. But she is like the original girl who played with the crystals, who we talk about the energies, and basically the girl that where you don't know whether or not she's actually saying anything or whether or not what she's saying is valid, but it's like sound good. Like she's that girl, because again, Jhene Aiko, whether she believe or not, between Jhene Aiko and SZA, you know what I'm saying, they have been the most influential and subtly making women more it's under the guise of being free spirited, living in your truth, bullshit like that. But really, what it really is reckless behavior that stops you from growing. Basically, it's you not want to grow up. It's you not moving forward. I was gonna ask y'all, like, damn, how would y'all lives be? Or how was your life if you had a parent that wanted to be young, or a parent that was not trying to be a mature adult, wasn't trying to grow up? Everything worthwhile takes effort. You understand? Everything worthwhile takes effort. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and I'm gonna do some planks while you guys listen to Shorty cook.
Y'all have turned your sadism into self-care. This is one of those opinions that's going to get me JFK'd, and I am okay with that. Western psychology and therapy has bred a lot of abusers, manipulators, and gaslighters. Y'all have turned your sadism into self-care, your barbarity into boundaries. It just gave you the language to do so. Y'all would rather pick up DSM-5s than do a little self-reflection. You have learned to pathologize why you are a bad partner, friend, child, or parent. Instead of just saying, why would I want to help you move? You say, I don't have the space for that right now. Instead of saying, I don't want to listen to all the bullshit going on in your life, you say, I can't have you trauma dumping on me. There's a lot going on for me right now. Instead of saying, I don't like talking to you unless I need something from you, you say, I'm full at the moment. I'm at capacity for this kind of thing, but I'll reach back out to you when I can. Y'all are so anti-communal, and therapy is the perfect space for that under the Western model because it rewards hyper-individualistic behavior. Western therapy tells you it's all about you, babe. It doesn't look at anybody else around you. It insulates you. It's insular, puts you in your bubble. It says you're the focus. It doesn't make you look outside of yourself. And y'all love that. It makes you bad people. It makes you worse people. This is one of those opinions that's going to get me JFK'd, and I am okay with that. Western psychology and therapy has bred a lot of